Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Victory Monday and a 500 September. Let's go.
Look at this, man. 2-0 on the road.
Road Warriors.
Road Warriors.
Who thought? Who would have thought, man?
A whole different energy around this team. The complete roller coaster ride we experienced yesterday. So
the whole month, what a roller coaster.
Yeah, yesterday was wild, man. First of all, thank everybody who joined us yesterday and dealt with all our nonsense and the highs, the lows, and commenting on our videos, because it's been a wild couple of days here.
I think I owe a lot of apologies for yesterday's stream, but you know, you're typically the negative one during the games. But
are you going to actually apologize? Or you can just say that you owe the apology. You're actually going to apologize for negativity, or just
I owe one. I didn't say I was going to.
Wow, so that's how you're going to treat the chat? They're going to turn on you fast, dude.
I'd like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
So what's going on, everybody? We got a exciting show tonight. A lot of positive things to talk about. Astral is going to the Jets game, and guess who else is going primetime? We are going to the Jets game on Sunday.
You're officially in?
I'm in. We will figure out where we're tailgating at, let everybody know. But the only thing that we ask is once we announce it and tell everybody over and over and over for the next 5 days, please don't message us on Sunday asking us where we're at, because we're probably not going to answer because we're not going to see the message.
It'll be somewhere in the lot with the giant sign that says the lot that we told you.
So a lot of really cool things to start about. So what we do on tonight is we'll just go through position by position, saying the good, the bad, and everything else. First of all, we'll say hello to everybody. The Mets owe primetime and an apology. See, now I want to get
epic embarrassment.
Can I get some credit here?
No,
I'd like to get some credit before we start this incredible Jets talk show tonight.
No, we don't need to talk.
I have, you know, I could have been a complete troll and a jerk,
like you're doing now.
Just went all over just how the Mets got swept by the Braves, how they blew the 10-game lead, and how they're not going to win the NL East. I could have said all these things. I haven't said a word. I could have said, hey, you know what? The Yankees won that, and you made fun of them. They won their division, but I didn't say anything about that. So I should get some credit for this.
Aside from that rant, okay. That's fine. Fucking bad. You know who deserves so much blame and nobody talks about him? Billy fucking Epler. What a disastrous trade deadline the Jets had, or Mets had. Not getting a relief pitcher first off, and then giving up prospects to bring in Darren Ruff when they could have just kept J.D. Davis. Just ridiculous. They added and then they wait until the final series of the year to call up their number one prospect. His first at bat was Friday night against Atlanta. Like, what sense does that make?
But see, it's weird because going into the weekend, all I heard was we have our pitchers lined up. DeGrom, Scherzer, Bassett. Like, here we go. Just win one game. No big deal. We're going to win the division. Everybody relax. That's all I heard, man.
What I think they realized on Friday night is that DeGrom still needs at least one more game to kind of tune things up a little bit. So they figured it was best that he does that in the wild card round. You get 3 games to kind of figure some things out, and then you're ready to go. The NLDS.
Well, I'll brighten your stream. Guess who's in last place in the AFC East right now?
Patriots.
That's right.
Not the fucking Jets.
Isn't it awesome, man? Like, it's just there were so many cool things about yesterday's win. First of all, they won, but the whole thing. But then it's like the Patriots lost. They're 2-2. You're actually going to a home game that's actually going to be exciting and important, and it has some value.
So. We fucking hope so. Crowd better show up for this one. If not, I mean, what are you waiting for? You kind of understood it last time. All right, Flacco's still the quarterback. Maybe you have some doubts, but that comeback yesterday completely changes things because it was led by Zach Wilson. It might not have been as climactic as the Brown game was with the onside kick and the bomb to Corey Davis. It was a little bit more methodical, but the fact that it was Zach Wilson leading that comeback, dude, it makes it so special, and the fans got to show up for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, Mike,
dude,
Mike. First of all, we're going to be in Lot L. We're going to figure out what part of Lot L, but we will announce everything. We'll put it all over YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It'll be all over the place. Now, I don't know what Valen's doing right here. He's out of his mind.
What are you doing,
bro? You're crazy.
What the
So, Victory Monday, boys. Our babyface assassin MILF Hunter was so clutch. Drove down the field twice in Steel Country, a place we are not known for winning to get points, not field goals, but touchdowns. Game on the line. Fallon, thank you so much,
thank
man.
you, man. You've got a lifetime pass to our tailgates. Anytime you come to a game, just show up, whatever you want. Dude, thank you, man.
And we're in the process of getting shirts. If I could ever get a hold of our vendor, we're in the process of getting t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and hoodies made. Once I can get this all ironed out. So once we get those done, Fallon, I'm sending you a package full of stuff. So thank you. That's just crazy, man. That's just wild.
You're amazing, dude. Appreciate that.
And we'll send shirts to your family, dude. We're gonna send you everything. So stay tuned to that. So I guess what we'll do prime time is we'll start off with. I know everybody wants to talk about Zach Wilson and everything like that. I think the first place we should start with is Saleh, because we give him a hard time for a lot of things. His press conference has been bad. This team plays for him, dude. They play. They don't quit. They played for 4 quarters. And if we're being honest, we said we want to see a competitive game in the fourth quarter, compete to the fourth quarter. And in the end, dude, his time management was on point.
Huge.
His game management was on point.
Yep.
He went for it on 4th down, where in the past he probably would have kicked the field goal. That was big. You got to give Saleh a lot of credit, dude.
I'll be the first to say I had plenty of questions and a lot of doubts just about where the locker room was coming into this game. It seemed like there was already starting to be some finger pointing, DJ Reed wanting the meeting, like all those things. You wonder how that's going to translate to Sunday. And the defense showed up. For the few points that they gave up, you had Zach Wilson with the one interception where the Steelers never should have had the ball again. And then the pick 6 also. So the defense, 4 interceptions, they showed up to play. And then, like you said, that last drive was executed flawlessly. Just giving the Steelers the ball back with only 13 seconds left, going for it on the 4th down. Everything about that drive, how they slowed it down at the end, that was a veteran style coach move right there. I mean, the way he executed that drive, him, LaFleur, dude, it was flawless.
But also, you got to keep in mind too. It's like it was flawless. But we gave him like always criticizing for time management. He went by his time management coach. Went by his analytics. He was aggressive. Also, they made a change with Vera Tucker that nobody even knew about, dude. That caught everybody by surprise. But it's like I like that they knew it was desperate times. They knew Connor McDermott was not going to be a good left tackle. They realized that. We all knew that. That was part of our whole preview. Like, dude, I don't know how. Like, part of why we all thought they were going to lose was the left tackle was going to be a nightmare. We were saying play the guys they signed 3 days before that ahead of McDermott. They go out and put Vera Tucker there, dude, which was bold as shit, man.
And I don't know if you heard what Saleh said today. A lot of AVT being prepared for that was him doing work after practice, because during practice, he's getting his reps at right guard to prepare for Sunday. So a lot of him being ready to go at tackle was putting in the extra work to learn the nuances of playing tackle after practice and doing that extra work. So that's huge on him to not only make the transition seamlessly from left guard to right guard, but now in a pinch to left tackle. Amazing.
Yeah. So, like we've been hard on Saleh for a lot of different reasons. And then we're always like, where's the passion on the sideline? Where's this? I mean, towards the end of the game, you saw him with McGovern. You'll saw him with Breece Hall. But dude,
he was
like
fired up on another level.
These guys play for him, man. And you made a point on defense too. Like my biggest gripe was every game, the first series of the game, the opposing team marches right down the field and gets points. Every game for it seems like a year and a half now. This week they got off the field. And it's like, I understand the level of the opponent, but to me, it's still the Steelers that are a well-coached team on the road, hostile environment, where you're coming off a bad loss, where it could be the same old Jets where you lose these kind of games.
And you had your quarterback making his first start in 6 weeks. So you knew he was going to struggle early on. You knew the offense probably wasn't going to put up a whole lot of points. So you knew you had to keep the team in this game early on, and they did that.
Yeah, no, you got to give Saleh a lot of credit, man. And you know what? And he's handling it well. Like he handled, after the Browns win, he handled it well, where he didn't say, I have receipts, I have this. They had a bad, but he stays steady, man. And they keep going in it. And a win like this for the culture of this team is enormous, because you know why? It's Zach Wilson doing this. Like for Flacco doing it, it's one thing, but this is Flacco earning like the credibility in the locker room now.
If they build on it.
Right. But right now though, dude, you're getting the respect from your team, where you're like, you know what? You rallied this down 10 in the fourth quarter on the road in a hostile environment and your first game back. Like, did you see when they're running off the field, when Zach was doing an interview, the players were all interrupting it, like hugging him, thanking him. Like, dude, that's the shit that builds your culture and change. Like, that's how you become a leader of this team, dude.
Maybe this is a conversation for Wednesday, Thursday, but for me, it's still, do you build off it? Because if not, then we're back to where we were after Cleveland, saying you played shitty for 58 minutes, but you found a way. Now, again, if this could become the Jets' identity, where you're playing strong defense, you're getting pressure, you're taking the ball away 4 times. If that's your identity and your quarterback's able to play big in the fourth quarter where it really matters, that's okay. But like if they come back next week against Miami with a clunker and they get blown out, then we're left kind of saying, all right, well, Pittsburgh's not a good team. What did we really show?
Yeah, but my point is this. I understand what you're saying. My point is this. A lot of these guys never play with Zach Wilson. Yeah. This is their first game playing with him. So now it's like Lake and Tomlinson, all these DJ Reed. They don't know who or what he is. His first game back, he rallied him back in the fourth quarter, played a great fourth quarter, won the game. They're like, you know what? I can rally around this kid. This kid's got some balls. This kid's got some stones. Like, he's not scared of the big moment. So that impression there, like, you got to build on it. But, dude, it's hard to not like that, man.
And that's why I said at the start, I think this is more exciting than the Flacco win because it was led by Zach Wilson. Yeah. And that hope that it provides. But, yeah, you absolutely have to build off it, because if not for the comeback, we're completely talking about this game in a different light.
Yeah, no, to me, it's just really, really encouraging, because you want to see, and we'll go into Zach's play. Like, the first half, you had the highs, you had the lows. I mean, he caught the touchdown pass, which was great. He makes some good plays. But the one thing that he has to clean up, which we saw last year, is the short passes, man. Like, he just has to, he's throwing rockets. He's just, I don't know what it is, but he's got to clean that up, man.
No, the accuracy on the short ball is just taking a little bit off it, finding some touch and just going some more accuracy there. That, and also, I understand extending the play, getting outside the pocket, trying to give your receivers time to get open. But there's a few times where it's like, he's enjoying that game too much of making guys miss, holding onto the ball for 8-9 seconds. Like, he's going to take too many unnecessary hits that way. Yep. He almost had the one ball on the sideline that was almost intercepted, where the Steeler had the toe drag just out of bounds. So certain plays, I think he's just got to learn to, throw it away, live to see another down. But it's exciting, though, seeing what his mobility could provide, though, for the offense.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Like, you see when he's rolling out, he is deadly when he's rolling out, man. He is ridiculously accurate, great athlete. You see a lot of good things. The one thing that, again, I'm happy they won. The one thing, I thought the play calling yesterday was weird with the floor. They didn't really go to tight ends at all. Uzuma's been MIA. Yeah. But then even like bubble screen passes, like when Kenny Pickett came in, they got the ball in his hands, but it was easy slants. Like, and it just seems like, it always seems like it's like a grind with Zach. He's like, they're making things too difficult for him, where it can be simplified a little bit, especially when you have Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore.
Or I was going to say, I mean, in terms of the running backs and the tight ends, like we were just talking, like some of those dump offs seem like that's where Wilson's struggling a little bit more. Maybe that's just not where they feel comfortable early in downs as far as play calls.
Yeah. So very, very encouraging. I mean, like that fourth quarter with Zach, man, he made that money throw on fourth down, the big throw to Corey Davis. I mean, that was just like, you're watching him grow, and like, man, like we've been waiting for this for so long, because you've been watching Flacco, which was like whatever. Like, this is the kind of shit you're waiting for.
There were moments last year where we said, like, whenever he would have time to think, he would almost, play worse.
Yep.
In those fourth quarter moments when they're going no huddle, when he has less time to think and he's just going, that's where he plays his best football. And, we saw that again yesterday, 10 of 12 in the fourth quarter, the 2 touchdown drives. Like, whenever we're not thinking and he could just go, like, that's where we see his best football, it seems like.
And this is the great thing, too, when everybody heard the comments from Breece Hall after the game on that last drive. He's like, let's go score a fucking touchdown. Like, let's go.
Take him out of the huddle.
But in prime time, this is the swagger that we all like about him. Like, this is like that Brett Favre-esque gunslinger. Like, this is like, that's something I don't think Sam Darnold would ever say. That's not something like the other guys. Like, this is like, you need to be the quarterback of this young Jets team has got a lot of personalities, and Sauce Gardner and everybody else. Dude, that swagger, it's like the dancing in the end zone. Like, that shit's going to resonate with this group, man. Like, they all love this shit.
And it'll only get even better if he starts to play a little bit more consistent, if he's feeding his receivers, if they're getting 100-yard games left and right, like that camaraderie, that trust, it's only going to grow even further.
Yeah, so you go from, Zach, which was, first half was kind of rocky, second half, the fourth quarter was just excellent, to the offensive line, which I thought was the key to the game, because you're watching a game, initially you're thinking, oh, man, it's going to be Connor McDermott, what are we going to do? And then this offensive line has faced so much adversity. They come out and put Vera Tucker out there, who was excellent, all things considered. You have Herbig on the right, and then Max Mitchell gets hurt. He's out from he's out for I guess 4 weeks, some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like, this line faced so much adversity against a Steelers defense that was attacking it, and they held their own, dude. You got to give them, all things considered, a shitload of credit.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything great. Zach was running for his life on a few plays. The run game struggled at times to get going. Especially, it seemed like when Michael Carter was in there, it seemed like the Steelers' defense was keying on him a little bit more, expecting the run. Brees
Right.
Hall, he broke off a few. But yeah, I mean, AVT just making that transition alone, like we were talking about at the beginning, I mean, that's incredible. It worries me a little bit how they've handled their 2 first-round picks in
Yep.
terms of, moving Mekhi Becton from left tackle to right tackle and then, shuffling AVT around. Generally when you draft these guys that high, you kind of have a plan for them long term. So that worries me a little bit. But the fact that AVT handled it the way he did, all the shuffling around, McDermott coming in, the O-line held their own. They did more than enough to give the Jets a chance to win.
Yeah, I mean, they literally had no time to establish any kind of chemistry whatsoever. I mean, the only two were Tomlinson and McGovern. Everything else was shuffled. Then friggin' Max Mitchell goes down. You're like, so I understand the run blocking was tough. I mean, the fact that they could hold their own and even do anything against an aggressive Steelers defense was great. So that was encouraging. You go to the running backs, and there's good and bad with Brees Hall. Like, I love the explosive nature of Brees Hall. Get him in space. He can do so many great things. As a pass catcher, he's got a lot of work to do, I think. He's just really inconsistent. And I just wish that some of those passing opportunities that Brees Hall gets, I wish Michael Carter would get. I just do. I like Michael Carter. I wish he would just get a little bit more chances to shine there.
Yeah, we said during the stream, it seems like he's clearly got the speed and explosiveness to get open. But when it comes down to, going up and making a catch or, catching a rifle from Zach, that's where he's still struggling a little bit. And also, ball security too. He had the one fumble last week, and then he was inches away, at the end of the game from possibly having a costly fumble too. So, that's something he's definitely got to clean up.
Yeah, I would definitely just wish that Michael Carter gets some of those chances too, because he's like he drags defenders with him, man. Like he always fights for every yard. He's consistent. But I mean, you got like a Brees Hall's giving you, man.
And a lot of those runs, it seemed like he created where, he was patient. He waited for the blockers to, to make their block. And, there was the 1 3rd and 5 where, I thought he was going to get stopped at least, 3-4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And, he was patient. He found a way to, find a small crease and, he dove for the first down. So it seems like he's progressing nicely, a little more violent too at the end of runs.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So then you go from the running backs, which were encouraging, the tight end group, man. It's like I had such high expectations for this group where it's like you have Ruckert, who's obviously still learning the offense, getting the flow of things, but Zuma and Conklin, like Conklin's like an enigma, man. It's just like you have he can in the fourth quarter, like he'll make those good catches, but earlier in the game, he had the one tip off his hand, like he'll miss assignments, he drops things.
Conklin's going to finish the year 80 catches with like 15 drops and 8 fumbles. It's going to be one of those years.
But he's like, and he just shows you glimpses because he's such a great athlete. He's a big target. He can run after the catch. He does all this, but it's just, like the little mistakes he makes, which I understand it's still early in the season, but every week it's the same thing. And then I don't understand what's going on with CJ. Like, I don't understand why they're not featuring him. Is he just a blocking guy? Like, what is he?
It's one of two things. Either, I mean, the offensive line with all the issues there, they just value him as a blocker, or clearly he's hurt. I mean, he was banged up in the first 2 weeks. Maybe he's still not 100% and just not able to run clean routes at this point. Either way, he's got 1 catch for 5 yards through 4 games. It's crazy.
And you wonder at some point, do they get Ruckert involved? Like, were they going to start, kind of getting him more involved in this plan? Like, I don't know what.
I mean, Cager even had 25 snaps in week 1. Bring him back if you need, some versatility at tight end.
Yeah, he was inactive this week. But that was just, and then it was like in a game like this with Zach, I'm like, I think I said it in my video before. It was like, what's the safety valve? Like in a game like this where you're going to face all kinds of pressure behind a revamped offensive line, what's the easy check down? And usually like a tight end just sits there. Like, a little quick route, you sit there, or a running back sits there. Like, you didn't see that. It was like he dropped back the pass. He's scrambling. He's running around. Like, I didn't understand that, that whole game plan, I guess.
And it seems like also there needs to be a better plan as far as the receivers, tight ends. Like if Wilson is going to do the 8-second scrambles, Aaron Rodgers and his receivers, I always know they're on the same page with that shit in terms of like they actually do drills in practice where all right, I'm outside the pocket now. This is where you got to go. Like there were a couple plays I remember calling out Elijah Moore on one play where after his route was done, he stopped moving and Wilson's still running around scrambling for his life, waiting for receivers to get open. So I think they got to get on the same page a little bit with some of that stuff.
Absolutely. That's the one thing. And so now we go to wide receivers where, everybody has very high expectations for Garrett Wilson now because he had that breakout game where like, you know what, this guy's a star in the making. He was like everybody's favorite player. And now it's like, all right, Zach comes back and, Zach has good chemistry with Elijah Moore. They feature him a little bit. He goes to Conklin. He's going to Corey Davis. I think Garrett Wilson, he had 2 drops yesterday, right?
Yeah, on the same drive, back to back.
Yeah.
That was huge late in the game too.
I don't know. I don't know how. I wish I knew how. When Salah broke it down the one day, he said they have the one guy and the two guy in every route. They have the two primary targets, and then after that, you got to find somebody else. And he said Elijah Moore is always one of the first two. So I'm guessing Garrett Wilson's got probably the first one. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. Is the defense keying on him? I know the one play that Zach forced, Garrett Wilson was wide open in the side of the field, dude. He was literally by himself.
Nobody near him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm curious to see if they focus on Zach, spreading the ball around more, getting more guys involved. And, Wilson's got so much talent, dude.
Well, that's the beauty of having three receivers that are all playing at a high level right now. To me, it shouldn't be, all right, this is your one, this is your two. No, it should be all right, what is the defense giving you? I can hit any one of these three guys. That's what it should be. Right now with the way Corey Davis is playing, I mean, he looked as good as any of them yesterday. Those were some huge, especially the sliding catch, the fourth down catch. I mean, he made some clutch plays in the fourth quarter. So.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a guy that we've been ripping the shreds for a while. Everybody's here, right here. Yeah. Denzel Mims getting a comment. I just start over him. We were all saying,
what? Not this week.
Corey Davis has been, not reliable, inconsistent, this and that. And he had an enormous game yesterday. I mean, clutch, big time clutch catches. So it's cool, man. In terms of the offense, it's a glimpse of what we can be, I guess, right?
And we said it last year in training camp, before all the injuries started happening, him and Zach Wilson had a really good chemistry. It looked like that was going to be his number one option. That was his go-to guy on almost every play. So, I mean, he's pretty much your number three now, which is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Bubs adds best game as a Jet for Corey Davis. In terms of the impact on the game and finding a way to win this, I mean, the offense is just you saw what they can be. It's just a matter of if this offensive line can just give Zach time. That's all it really is, because there's just too many playmakers. I think who was it? I think it was Brian Baldwin. It was somebody who was just I think it was him actually. He's the Jets have 6 home run hitters. They have all this talent on the field. You just got to find time to get them the ball. That's it.
Yep.
So
got to be consistent too. Like we were talking about those, those short throws, getting the, quick 5-6 yards on first down. It seemed like every time the Steelers ran it on first down, they were, getting 4 or 5 yards like it was nothing. And for us, it's still a struggle to get those 2 or 3.
Yeah. And as Coach Salah mentions right here, don't forget about Braxton Berrios too. The one thing about he had touchdown throw, which is great. And then and Zach Wilson has more touchdown catches than Denzel Mims, which is pretty wild. And Uzuma for that matter. But the one thing with Berrios is I hope they find more of a role for him and they don't make him that special where it's always the end arounds and the trick plays. Get him more involved in the flow of the offense if that's what you can do. Because if he always comes in, is always involved in some kind of trick or some kind of gadget, you're gonna start keying on that.
In place of who though?
I don't know, dude. But the last time they did that, the end around, everybody knew it was coming. We knew it was coming, and he got a loss of 4 or something like that.
Problem is you have 3 receivers that are playing well right now, plus your 2 tight ends. You always have it back in there, so
they do rotations. Well, dude, they threw a deep pass to Jeff Smith, didn't they? Towards the end of the game.
That is true. If he played on the D line, he'd have a better chance.
Sorry, Denzel, my bad, man. He says, why did I catch a stray? So now we go to anything else on offense? Did we cover everything?
I think so. Pretty sure. Other than the stupid penalties from McDermott.
Oh, that's the ineligible man downfield.
He had 2, right?
Yep. Big time, big moments too.
Yep.
Which was, listen, dude, the offensive line, man. I was looking back at it today. I'm they played with just there's so much just uncertainty with guys getting hurt, out of position, new to the team. I'm it's a mess. And now they talked about Dwayne Brown today. They're not sure he's coming back this week.
That was predictable though. I mean, it was predictable. We're not going to see Dwayne Brown all year.
I had that feeling too.
That's why they moved AVT.
So you go to defensive side of the ball, which to me was encouraging right out the gate, where you have a chance to set the tone of the game by getting off the field in the first series of the game. Don't give up points. And I think primetime, we saw pretty early on, they came out with a little edge to them. They came out fast. They came out physical. They came out prepared. Things that we said in the past we were kind of down on. And I understand Trubisky, whatever. Dude, you can only play who's in front of you. And this is a good spot for them, big spot for them. And they came out, prepared.
Dude, violent. For the first few series, that's what we were asking for. We want to see an identity on defense. They were making some big hits. They were wrapping up on their tackles. They were getting pressure up front, which we've been, dying to see. Yep. And especially the play of the corners right now. Sauce and Reed, yeah. I mean, my God, they're playing legitimate number 1 corners right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's
so much flexibility up front with what you could do.
And the one thing with the defensive line, and this is something that we've been begging for, was Bryce Huff. Like when I saw that he was active, and because we saw him in practice, bro, and it was like he's relentless. He's always flying around, and that speed on the edge sets up. If you're coming on the edge, the guys in the middle generate pressure like Quinn Williams and everybody else. That's sacks. That's disruptions.
The numbers speak for themselves. He only had 9 snaps, but he had 3 pressures, and I think the Jets' pressure with him on the field was like 20-something%, and it was 5-something when he wasn't on the field. He makes a big difference. The speed that he provides coming off the edge, they don't really have that from anybody else.
Yeah, so you have, Bryce Huff was big. Then you look at the defensive line. I mean, Carl Lawson, which we're critical of him, but dude, he generates a lot of pressure, man. He had a sack yesterday, but he was destructive on the outside where he's collapsing the pocket, giving Rankins and all these guys a chance to get after the quarterback. You look at Quinn Williams, who had a monster game, man. He was a disruptive force. This is the kind of games you want week in, week out. This should be like their standard, though, right? Like we're praising them, but this should be week in and week out. This kind of effort and disruption.
And as the corners continue to play well, as Sauce grows more, as you continue to get good safety play, that only increases what Saleh could do as far as dialing up blitzes and sending extra guys. And again, Quinnen had a great game. Lawson got some pressure in there. Stupid penalty at the end of the first half. But for the most part, I mean, the defense did all you could ask. They did all you could ask for. The linebackers are probably my biggest issue. Mosley, he also had a stupid penalty where he drove the guy into the ground. He missed a few tackles as well, but I think he had 11 tackles. Quan had 7. Marcel Harris had 7. So they were making plays. They're just not like big impact plays. It always seemed like they were a step late.
Yeah, and somebody else mentioned here, dude, Jermaine Johnson had a big sack.
Him too.
Michael Clemens is getting a lot of run. The John Franklin Myers thing, the comment here is, but John Franklin Myers should not play end. He does not hold the edge. I mean, that's fair. I think they're trying to just be creative with how they're using him. But the guys on the edge, I mean, Lawson was doing a lot of good things. I mean, they had a lot of pressure, man. They did. I think they had 3 sacks, 2 sacks. But the Jets
had 3. Yeah, Johnson, Quinnen, and Lawson.
Yeah, so they had that, and they had a lot of pressure. They made it uncomfortable for Trubisky. Even Pickett was getting moved around a little bit. So then you feel comfortable with the defensive line, but then you go, well, I mean, sometimes the run defense is bad, but this is where it comes from. The linebackers. Like, I'm wondering if C.J. Mosley is hurt or, like, it just seems like they're a step slow, a step behind. They can't shed blocks, and they're just getting run over. That's what it seems like.
They look slow. I mean, that's been the biggest issue. I mean, in the fourth quarter, they had a few plays. Quan had a big stop. I think C.J. Mosley stuffed the run behind the line of scrimmage. Yep. They looked a little bit better in the fourth quarter. But, yeah, early in the game, even though they were making tackles, it always seemed like they were a step behind, a step late, especially covering the tight end, too. Freiermuth had a game of his life. It was like 8 catches, 85 yards. Like, you still can't cover a tight end.
Nope.
He's not exactly the fastest or most athletic. So that's, I don't know.
Yeah, I think like a lot of comments are saying Quan's our best linebacker right now, but we just need more speed there, man. Yeah. You just have to. And then you go to the corners, and man, these corners are good, dude. DJ Reed is legit. Sauce Gardner is legit. They compress. They can do whatever you want. They're great athletes, good catch-up speed. Love the way they play the game, man. DJ Reed's becoming a leader easily, but I mean, these corners, and they picked on Michael Carter. He had the bad play, comes back, gets the interception. I mean, dude, and I had a feeling they were going to go after him, and he's gonna probably see a lot more attention now because people aren't going to test the outside anymore. Yeah,
even last week too. Bengals were testing him a little bit with Boyd, but that was huge. He gave up the big play, came back, got the interception, which put the Jets in position to win it at the end. So that was big. Sauce has been locked down all year. Reed still hasn't given up a touchdown all year. Both have ridiculous QBRs again. So I mean, they're playing like 2 legitimate shutdown corners right now. It's great to see.
Yeah, it's exciting, man, because it's just when you have that kind of coverage on the outside, you can blitz, you can do different things if you have to when you get in the situations. And then you have probably the biggest surprise.
Then you get safety play.
Then you got safeties, and they're the guy, like when Will Parks was inactive, I was pissed, dude.
So
I was like, what are we doing? I'm like, this is a disaster.
I was ready to bench Joyner last week.
Marcus Joyner had the game of his life. 2 interceptions, a huge deflection that was picked off by Jordan Whitehead. Joyner we need more of that, man. Wherever he came from, just keep him there. Like, put him just mold him like that. Come back out next week, do the same thing.
Must have been cleaning up those miscommunications in the meetings. Well done. Incredible job. And it's nice to see Whitehead show up too, because he was struggling for a while there also.
No, Joyner should have had 3 picks, actually. It's a fair point. But the safeties are flying around. And it's like now you're seeing that this young secondary is starting to figure things out where the communication issues. Obviously, you weren't tested as much because you have Pickett, you have Trubisky, where it's like a more high-flying offense, you'd be tested more. But this is a good learning experience. They're all bonding together. They're playing together. They had 4 interceptions as a group, which is good. And, and I guess defensively, if you can get rid of these, like you mentioned, these dumb penalties, man. It's like these personal fouls are killers. Like, Mosley, you had friggin' Lawson. Like, that's
both of those huge
game-changing plays, man. So, overall, I mean, special teams, Zerline, I mean, I hated him, but
he's been good.
I'm eating my words with him. And then overall, it's like, it's a good win, dude. Like, you look at it, like, this is kind of like the Browns win was exciting, but it was like, all right, we know we got a lot of breaks with that one. This one, the Jets actually earned. Like, they scratched, they clawed, they made big time plays, and then they had to figure out ways to coach well. Like, this is they all contribute to this victory, which makes it even more special.
This one was a little bit more of a roller coaster where they played well early on. They had the lead. The defense showed up early on, which was good to see. We needed to see that. And then there was that probably 20-minute stretch, the last minute, the second quarter through about 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, where they played arguably some of their worst football of the year. I mean, we were seeing moments from Zach that looked like, that stretch from last year. Like there was some really bad moments in there. Some of the bad penalties, the defense, gave up, 20 unanswered, even though, some of that was on the pick 6. Like, they looked terrible for that stretch. So to go through all that and to still find a way in those last 10 minutes to put 2 drives together, Michael Carter with the big pick, like, that was ginormous for a young team. But like I keep saying, though, if they don't build on it, what does it mean? We keep going back to, oh, well, they just found a way to get lucky at the end. If they actually build off it now and they show up against Miami with a legitimate performance, a competitive game, it doesn't even have to be a win. Again, like, go toe-to-toe with the Dolphins at home. Don't get blown out in your own building.
Yep.
If they can find a way to do that, you could start to say, all right, you know what? This young team is learning from what they're doing at the end of games. It's actually translating into something.
The thing is like this, like right now, our goal when we talked about this in the preseason was if we can just get to 2-2 after 4 games. That was our goal. Get to 2-2. Let's stay relevant, stay in the hunt. I don't give a shit how we get there. Like, I had people say today, oh, it was an ugly win. Bro, give me 9 more ugly wins. They could be the ugliest wins in the world. I'll take every one of them. Like, I'm cool with that. Because prime time, we're excited today.
Yeah.
And you're going into a game against the Dolphins, who's playing Teddy Bridgewater at home. And the way you change things within your building is you win home games, especially against division rivals. This is the AFC East games we need to start winning is a game on Sunday at home.
That's all Sal's been talking about, closing the gap within the division. Show up against Miami. They don't have their quarterback. No excuse. Find a way to get it done this weekend.
Because right now it's like, I think the crowd, the fans that are going to be rowdy because now it's like, because Zach is back. Zach is here. You're playing a big win. The Dolphins, we all hate them. This could be momentum changing. You find a way to scratch and claw and get a win here and go 3-2, beating the Dolphins. Dude, things get really interesting. Then it gets exciting. Then you're like, all right, we can buy into all your all gas, no break. We can buy into all your shit now.
That's what makes it so exciting, but also more like nerve-wracking. Because if they don't do it again this weekend, it's like, what have we really done all year? What have we really accomplished?
But dude, this is going to be great.
But if they get it done, we're 3-2 with a big divisional win, completely changes the outlook of everything.
I think this crowd's going to be rowdy as shit, man. I think it's going to be a rowdy because it's the Dolphins, man. Zach is back. And it's like this is like we haven't been 2-2 in forever, dude. Like this is like this is a different experience for us.
Uncharted territory for a lot of fans right now.
But the thing is too, it's funny listening to some of the players that don't know any better, like Sauce Gardner and Breece Hall. These guys are like, bro, like we're 2-2. Like this is like we expect this. We should be better than this. Where we're doing cartwheels over 2 wins. These players are like, this isn't good enough. And that's the mindset you want. Like I love it, dude. Like I cannot wait for Sunday. And I'm just hoping like the cynical Jet fan in you is like, this is where they're going to, a letdown game. They'll come out like flat in their face and Bridgewater throws for 400 yards. But then you're like, all right, maybe we buy in. Maybe they are turning the corner finally.
That's my hope. That's my hope. It's a young team that's still figuring things out. It's a young quarterback that hadn't played in 6 weeks. So for all the mistakes that, Wilson made and with all the issues on the O-line, like we kind of expected that the first couple weeks. And so to go through all that and to still get it done at the end, that could be a huge momentum swing, like especially for his confidence too. Like there were moments in that game where you're like, where's his head at right now? So to still be able to bounce back at the end, to take command of the huddle the way he did, as long as they build off it, this becomes a huge win. But if they come back and they get blown out, like you're saying the same thing that we said after the Bengal game.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Now Denzel Mims is asking you a question. Can you cook some chicken for me? I want to know for Sunday.
I don't normally do chicken, like chicken thighs. You talking wings? Like what kind of chicken you want? I could do some chicken.
I said all gas, no brick. I did. This is it, man. This is where you start figuring out, like, hey, man, we're gonna win a home game against the Dolphins. We're gonna come out fast and furious and play like we're supposed to.
Have to.
Then this is it. And you're playing Teddy Bridgewater, which I actually like Teddy Bridgewater. Like we saw him down in Washington. We were down there, class act, really good dude.
Yep.
But listen, you got to find ways to win these games, man. Be competitive. Like you should be able to go toe to toe with them. There's no reason why you can't. Especially with our corners, our secondary.
That vaunted schedule that we talked about at the beginning of the year suddenly doesn't look so bad now. Patriots without Mac Jones. You're not facing Tua this week. The Steelers were banged up a little bit. No quarterback. I mean, they've gotten some lucky breaks here. So to be 2-2 and to be coming home with a chance to go 3-2 against the Dolphins without their quarterback, please take advantage of this.
So now I guess when you're looking at it, it's like, where are there going to be concerns? It's like, all right, well, Mitchell being out now is a concern because now your offensive line is reshuffled again. I don't know what they're going to do. Because the guys they signed are all left tackles, weren't they? Because the guy from Houston was a left tackle, wasn't he?
I think so.
And then Remmers.
I don't know about Remmers though.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I just think it's so cool to see the players this excited. They're all it's like you have that youthful energy, and it's just.
I guarantee you, AVT is going to play right tackle next.
Think so?
He might as well. I mean, or just put him under center.
It's impressive, man.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions about the game or comments about the game, we'll talk about it. I'm excited, man. I cannot wait for Sunday. I genuinely cannot wait. The Dwayne Brown thing, according to Saleh, I don't know. He's not going to be ready for Sunday.
No.
I don't think so.
They haven't even cleared him to start practicing yet. And they said that once he's cleared to start practicing, it starts like a 21-day clock until he can play. So the fact that he's not even cleared for practice yet, I mean, I would still think he's probably at least a few weeks away.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, Green Bay is a couple weeks away. I mean, just I'm not worried about anything but the Dolphins right now. Just find a way to win this game on Sunday because, I mean, everybody. And then it's like, and the fans that are going, the thing is, go in early. Like, listen, we love tailgating like the next guy, man. I could tailgate the best one, but I know, 12:05.
We shut down the grill every time by 12.
Get inside the stadium by 12:35, 12:45. Get your beer, get your hot dog, get your soda. Sit down and start getting ready to get crazy in there. Like, they need a home field advantage because Dolphin fans travel well. They do. For whatever reason, there's more Dolphin fans at the games in New Jersey than there are in Miami, which is weird, but they travel well, dude.
Can Coach Saleh make some phone calls this week like Rex Ryan did? Like, can he do something? Get on the phone with some season ticket holders, get fans in there early, give tickets away if you have to Jet fans. Like, do something. Pack that place. It's
exciting, man. You got to figure Zach's only to get more comfortable as well. Like, that was his first week, first game back, where it's the jitters, the nerves, trying to get used to the speed of the game, his teammates. Now it's one under his belt. Now it's like, all right, now you build on it, which I think you should be able to do that. But are there people still killing Ulbrich right now?
Probably.
Our defense can't stop the run. It's been a challenge. But the defense not stopping the run, it just seems like our linebackers aren't getting off blocks, man.
Yeah. What did Najee Harris even finish with, like 75 yards? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think that was that bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, overall, it's just you're going to start playing better teams that are going to challenge you. This week, the Dolphins got a lot of firepower.
And that's also something I kind of worry about. I'm half excited, half still like, what did the win mean? I mean, the Steelers look terrible. A good team would have put them away in the first half. And so the fact that we not only let them hang around, but then we gave up 20 unanswered and we were facing defeat with 10 minutes left, like that really bothered me.
There's a comment here that it takes Kevin an hour to start the grill. Want to comment about that?
Hopefully not this week. Hopefully I can find some of those wind guards that I need for my grill and everything will be fine.
Okay. So Sneakers to Boot says defensive line's been good for the most part against the run. I think it's just the linebackers, man. I don't know what the hell the problem is. Balanced. We'll just ask questions, man. We answer questions. Like we're not a channel that only answers super chats. We answer all questions. Would you guys sign up for splitting the next 4? Hell yeah.
I want 3-1. I want 3-1.
We're 4-4.
I want 3-1.
But we wouldn't know what to do with ourselves, man. At 4-4.
3-1.
Our minds.
Stop settling for average.
Oh, now, Mr. Negative's now giving me a pep talk. Yeah, a lot of concerns on CJ Mosley. I'm not sure if he's hurt, if he's lost a step, if he's doing something different. I'm not really sure what's going on with him. Pickett ran wild, and Najee was gaining 3 before getting touched. That's fair. I mean,
First down, they struggle a lot against the run.
How many yards did Najee have?
I thought it was like 75.
Oh, here it is. Afram got us 18 carries, 75, 74 yards.
That's not. I mean,
but they were still Quincy Williams being out hurt a little bit because of his speed, but they still struggled with him back there too. He wasn't.
Yeah.
4-0. We're gonna go next 4 games. Okay. So what else?
Getting to 4-4 after 8 would be amazing.
It'd be amazing. We wouldn't know what to do with ourselves, man. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't like. We don't. But we're 2-2. We don't have to do it ourselves. I was talking all kinds of shit today. I was unbearable. Like I tell you, dude, I was unbearable. My friend, he went to the game. He's a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He invited me. He's like, "You got to come out." I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to go out there. I've been there 3 times. They lost all 3 games. I hate going out there." And he was just talking all kinds of shit, dude. So I'm like, "All right." I saw him tonight. I'm doing jet chants. He hated me. Like he was like turning bright red. He was getting so annoyed with me. It was excellent.
It's always good to enjoy Victory Monday. We don't get them often.
I'm unbearable, dude. I am the worst. I'm the biggest asshole fan when like my team beats your team. Forget it. So
I don't even like remember what that feels like to like really pump my chest out and like talk serious shit as a fan.
So now the comment is stop giving these guys money. It's getting to their heads. That's right. Yep, we're complete divas. We're having another free tailgate on Sunday. We're complete divas.
Well, you've always been Hollywood.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I've always been a man of the people.
How? Wait, hold on.
I always give back.
So you're the man of the people. So you went to the game last week and did not tell one soul where you were. Talk to nobody. Help nobody. Say
everybody.
Hi to nobody.
Everybody that reached out.
Nope.
Everybody that reached out, I told them where I was.
All my bets are being paid off. The one Steeler fan, like I messaged him so fast, he's like, "I'll pay you tomorrow, man." I'm like, "Okay, just making sure." So, let's see what we got here. The only L we're taking the next 4 games is Denver.
Even Denver doesn't look scary right now.
I'm not impressed with Denver at all, man. They're
more than beatable. What are you doing, bro?
Come on, man. I can only send so many free shirts. Not free shirts, but man. So Kevin hates puppies?
I actually haven't liked dogs lately.
So are we going to do anything special for
me.
Are we going to do anything special for the AFC Championship stream? We can't handle 2-2, man. I'm telling you.
What would we do for a championship game?
What would we do for a playoff run?
I'm saying though, like, let's just say this Sunday AFC Championship game. Are we streaming? Are we going to a bar? Like, what are we doing?
We're probably going to the game.
We're going to the game.
We're going to the game this Sunday, Benjamin. We will be there. I'll be there on probably 4 hours of sleep, but I will be there. But we will let everybody know we're in L somewhere. We got to figure out what part of L we're going to park at. So we'll be in there.
I'll bring the grill, the onions.
We'll have some beer pong going on. Very simple tailgate. We'll have some fun. Yeah, I'm not impressed by the Broncos at all, man, to be honest with you. Here we go. Garrett Wilson with a question. From fans' point of view, do you guys think I'm nursing an injury? I literally barely got targeted yesterday, meanwhile being featured for the first 2 games. Somebody
mentioned that on the post game, wondering, if he's still, kind of pushing through the back injury or the hit to the ribs, whatever it was. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a possibility. I don't know if that would affect the 2 drops or not. I think he would say he expects to catch both of those, but it's still a possibility, I guess.
We got to figure out a scoreboard on the streams. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I know how to do it.
You do?
Yes.
Well, how the hell do you do it? Why didn't you do it?
I told you the thing scrolling on the bottom right now where it says subscribe to our channel.
I'm not going to update it every freaking time they score. What are you nuts?
So you want a scoreboard, but you don't want to update it. You want it to like automatically update like where ESPN? Like what do you want it to do?
Bro, do you want me to every score? You want me to change that to
hold on. You want to have a scoreboard, but you don't want to update.
Oh, he wanted the scoreboard. I'm just passing the comment along.
You made it sound like you wanted the scoreboard.
I mean, we can do that. If you guys want that, we can do that. If you want,
I can do that.
Every score update, we can put it on the bottom so you guys know.
You want that to be my job?
To update the score?
Yeah.
You probably don't even know how to update the banner.
What are you talking about?
You don't know how to
do it right now. Oh, wait.
Yeah, great.
Wait, hold on. No, I do know how to do it. Hold on.
You're crazy, man.
Watch this.
You're gonna ruin it. You're gonna ruin it. You're probably gonna knock us out.
What was the score yesterday? 20-24-20.
24-20? You know the score of the game?
I already forgot the score. Hold on.
What kind of content?
I'm under pressure here. I'm trying to make edits.
So now we have to. There you go. Look at prime time. He's all good. Look at the.
See.
So are you guys cool with that? Well, actually, we can do is we can make it not be a scroll. Like you can make it standard where it doesn't go back. We just be in the middle.
Or I can even add it after the subscribe thing, whatever, and keep that.
All right. See, this is very more work for Tyson. Yeah, we want the scoreboard. All right, we will be adding the scoreboard on next stream. It won't be this week because we're gonna be at the game.
Yeah. I think that'll help because a lot of people, they watch the stream after the game and they want to go back to certain parts for certain reactions. So they'll know by the scoreboard.
Oh, you guys, you're making us learn more technology. This isn't fair.
I can handle that part.
Kevin, I want a scoreboard so I can go back and check your reactions with other teams' scores.
There you go.
What now? We're divas? How the hell are we divas? I don't understand. I literally did a stream with Legend for 4 hours. And Tyrone,
I cooked for 20 people last stream. Yeah, where's Tyrone? He said he was gonna be late.
He said he's not gonna make it at all now.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. What's up, Anthony? How you doing, man?
Maybe he'll post a video.
Right. Yeah, now it's funny because now we're all IT savvy now. That's us. Notice there's nothing streaming at all now because prime time. What happened to our banner?
Oh wait, there we go.
Come on, man.
Got you.
So anything else, you guys? The Legend stream was brutal. What? Come on, man.
People missed me, man.
Yeah, just hey.
We got to live stream some beer pong next week.
Guys, I'm pumped for Victory Monday. Having said that, we still can't establish any running game. Eventually, it's going to hurt us. It's probably the offensive line, man. It's a makeshift offensive line at this point.
It seemed like the ground game was going better when Hall was in there. I don't know if it's because the defense was expecting pass with him in there, but his yards per carry were pretty good.
Tyson, with your MMA experience, have you ever seen an injury like Tua's where the fingers go all weird? Yes, I have. Absolutely, man. There's some nasty knockouts where the body just locks up, dude, and you see some crazy shit. So that's why, I'm not surprised. Tua probably not going to play for a couple weeks, dude.
Yeah.
That's serious head trauma, man. You can't mess around. I felt bad for him, dude. I was shocked he was even playing in the game, to be honest with you.
Yep. It's funny, though. Nobody says a word about, what was it, J.J. Watt with the heart thing. I mean, dude.
That was crazy.
It's an incredible story that he was able to play, but, I feel like that's just as serious. I mean, the guy has his heart fucking zapped and he's still playing 2 days later.
So now Jomo says, I'm not impressed without a game clock, play clock, and down and distance. Freaking divas.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I could do that. That's probably out of my realm.
What's up, Diane? I haven't seen you in a while. I feel like this team's identity now. Like the way they're celebrating the overall feel of the team. I like it a lot too, dude. I'm telling you, Zach was doing an interview. Tomlinson came running by, tackled him. They're all interrupting. John Franklin Myers, they're all hanging. They all like the young quarterback, man. He's buying respect right now. Uh-oh. Primetime's trying to do something here. He's going to fuck up the channel. Watch.
Hold on.
Jets just eliminated the Steelers. That's a good one. Like that one. And that's a Jets first down. Oh, my God. Bro, we can't do that for every play.
I'm going to have so much fun with this.
Yeah, great.
I might be able to update it every play.
Bro, there's no way you'll miss out on plays.
No,
we can have the score, the quarter, something like that.
I'm going to update this every play. I'm going to have fun with this.
Now Garrett Wilson wants some food. Primetime, can you hook me up with some of your food before the game?
Yeah, what do you want, man? What do you want?
Let's see what we got here. Tyson, you did great. The football game was brutal. Yeah, that stream was tough, man. Then you have Primetime calling in with him and Romeo looking at each other, trying to get their headphones working.
That was Romeo's headphones, not mine.
Yep. So now you guys are asking us have all this extra technology here. It took us freaking how long just to figure out how to just do these streams?
There's got to be a way to get a still graphic that you could just update, the score, put a clock on there.
There's got to be ways to do this.
I'll figure it out.
Now Balls wants NBA, MLA, and
like a breaking news ticker.
That's right.
All the scores.
Will Sauce lock down Hill or Waddle next week? Any update on the Mitchell injury? Mitchell's going on IR, isn't he?
Most likely. I don't think they said it's guaranteed. I think they said it's some kind of dislocation, but it's probably not going to be season ending. Yep. But Sauce, I mean, he doesn't move. So
yes, he does.
What?
He did. He does.
Oh, he was?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Because he wasn't, though.
He did. He did in the Ravens game. He covered a tight end. He was covering Andrews. They moved him around. Salah said he'll move Sauce around.
Oh, shit.
Yes, sir.
He was doing that on Sunday, yesterday?
I'm not sure if he did it yesterday, but the Salah said they'll move Sauce around based on matchups.
I know he was on Andrews a little bit. I just thought that was
Are we doing this
specifically
again?
for
Did I miss one? Indy Cole. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit.
Did we miss one?
We probably didn't, but I did. Oh, shit. My bad, Hennessy Heisman. Remember when Flacco brought us back week 2 and people were saying Zach wouldn't be able to do that? I tell you what, there's no way Flacco could have did yesterday what Zach did. I highly not with Zach's mobility and stuff like that.
He would have taken a beating the same way he did against the Bengals.
Absolutely.
The same shit.
Yeah, there's no way. What's up, Charles? How you doing, man?
Thank you, Charles.
From saying hello to everybody. Yeah, my bad, dude. Hey, guys, just got a treatment today for the first time. Feels good. I was there for 6 days. Mental health is a real issue. Take it if you need it. Hope all is well, man. Stay strong, dude. Day by day.
Man.
Yeah,
day by day. Reach out, bro.
Absolutely, man. You have all our messages. You can email us, direct message us, whatever you want. Stay strong, my friend. What else we got here? So did I miss a shotgun last Tuesday? Did Vincent do a shotgun?
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I had no idea. Is it bad?
It might have been one of the worst we've ever seen on this channel.
Are you going to cut it up so I can do a film review?
You want me to?
Of course.
I can't even describe like what might have been going on. So like he makes the first jab and it like shoots out, and he's holding it up like he's drinking it for a good like 10 seconds. So like we're waiting him to finish.
Right.
And as like he's doing this, eventually he puts the can back down. He's looking at it and he makes another hole.
What?
So like he wasn't drinking anything the whole time. So I'm
like, what was he doing?
I don't know, but he was holding it like he was drinking it, but nothing was coming out. Like he was like suckling on it like he was milking it like a fucking cow.
What?
And then like nothing was coming out. So then he adjusts the hole, and then he fucking takes another 15 seconds to finish it off. It was terrible.
All right, I need film of this.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
So Dan says Wilson matured right in front of our eyes. That throw to Davis slowing away. No, that fourth quarter from Zach Wilson was encouraging. I can't believe I missed his ghost pepper shotgun. Nobody told me. I had people are asking me what my grade was. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like Primetime didn't tell me. I had no idea.
I'll cut it up right now.
Yep. All right. You cut it up, send it to me. I will do a full breakdown of this. And I'll be seeing it for the first time too. So you're gonna get a full grading of this.
You don't know what you're in for, dude.
So now the comment says, I don't know if you guys saw Salah's presser earlier. If you guys did, what's your thoughts on the Jets thinking 5 steps ahead with AVT flexibility in the O-line? They said it was more like on Vera Tucker himself doing it, wasn't it?
Well, I guess they put the thought in his head a few weeks ago, like they were preparing for it, the possibility that they might need it. I don't know if that was because they knew Fant would potentially be going on IR, or they weren't expecting Dwayne Brown to come back, or if Mitchell struggled, whatever it may be. Clearly they were planning for the possibility of it needing to happen. So I guess the thought of McDermott being out there, they're just like, screw it, put him there, put Herbig at guard, and let's roll.
That's amazing that he can just be that versatile though, and go left tackle and play the way he did though.
It was amazing.
But now it's like you wonder, like you don't want to have like a revolving door there though. Like how do you like?
Well, that's why I think they made the move, because they're not expecting Brown or Fant to come back, so you might as well keep him.
So Denzel Mims' comment is, "Make me some non-poisoned salmon, Kevin."
I haven't done salmon yet on the Blackstone. That would actually come out really good. Maybe I will do some salmon, some shrimp.
And Afram says we could add a website to our streams. We could add a site that gives update to what are we doing? Like, are we becoming like what, the NFL Network now? Like, how much are we doing here?
Oh my God.
Oh man,
like a breaking noise sound.
But I wonder how they handle left tackle though. I mean, that's interesting. Do you keep him there like next couple games?
Could he be the left tackle?
Of the future? Could he be?
He's athletic.
That'd be interesting, because then what the hell do you do with, you have Dwayne Brown coming back next year, you have Fant, you have all kinds of.
They could still cut Brown.
That's true.
I mean, it's like 1.6 dead money for the next 5 years or something like that. But
it'd be nice to have like 5 guys line up and you play week in and week out, but that's not going to be the case at all this year. It doesn't seem like. Now we want breaking news from CNN too on this thing. The Dwayne Brown thing is weird, man. The way Salah answered today doesn't really give us any kind of confidence.
It seems like Salah never has an answer when it comes to injuries. Either the doctors don't keep him in the loop, or he just doesn't want to try to explain it.
So Dan says, let's get together for the Broncos game and live stream from whatever bar of choice. The problem is, like, everybody lives all over the place, where it's like Long Island, Jersey, North Jersey. How the hell do we find like a central location?
That's a good point.
So we'll piss somebody off. You guys can come to ours. You guys are divas for not coming to this part of New Jersey.
Or if we could find a bar that would like host us, where we can like get a setup and
Could do that. That'd be fun. Let's see. Yeah, the whole yeah. Salah says, I just don't want to explain it. The Dwayne Brown thing, I'm expecting nothing. Yeah. That'd be interesting if AVT becomes like the left tackle of the future.
Could he be?
AVT, maybe. Tomlinson.
Maybe this is a tryout for him.
That'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting. So the question is, are we going to Green Bay? Good question. No
Probably not. I'd love to, but the prices for it are crazy. Unless the team's like, I don't know, 4-2 at the time.
We drive
week 7 or week 8. Could do that. What's it, 10 hours?
It's not too bad of a drive, I don't think. The away games, I'm starting to get. They gotta start. If they keep winning, if they keep playing competitive football, I'll be more tempted. But if they kind of fade, then it's just like,
yeah,
they're definitely gonna. I wish that Seattle game wasn't on New Year's.
I want it to go out there too.
Me too. Bad. Tyson's headphone toss in the bar would be funny as hell. I threw them pretty bad yesterday, man.
Tyson throwing beers in the bar.
Wouldn't be the first time. I've had some bad moments, man. This team brings out the ugly side. I think you saw it when they played Jets Giants one time at the sports bar, remember?
And they came back and won that game too.
I was pissed.
You were livid. That was a win.
Yes. The question is, Tyson, are you proud of me? Zach Wilson, I'm very proud of you. This is a very encouraging game as long as you build off of it. So we'll see. Happy about this win because of all the obnoxious Steeler fans. Yes, absolutely right. And you got to keep in mind, look how many Steeler fans come to MetLife when they come. They fill that stadium. They always torture us and they beat us. So it's nice to get a little bit of return here finally.
We don't win often out there.
I'm 1,000% not going to Buffalo. Never going to happen ever again. No.
2 years from now, AFC Championship game in Buffalo.
Nope.
You're not going?
Miami Week 18, I would go.
I would do that.
I can't do Buffalo, dude.
If it's a win or go home.
You guys. No. Listen. It could be all expenses paid with a limo ride there. I'm still not going to Buffalo. That 1,000% not going. I hate that place. We don't win.
Well, hold on. What if the Jets win a Super Bowl and then the opener the following year is in Buffalo?
I'd probably still be drunk. If the Jets win a Super Bowl, I'd be just so. But there is a positive though that Balls is actually going to Buffalo. So that's kind of definitely.
And he'll be signing autographs too.
That's important. Just. Miami's a good time, man. Miami for a Jets game is a good time for sure.
Saw they had strippers out there.
Yes, there's. Yeah.
What do we call them? Exotic dancers?
Yes.
Is that the proper?
Entertainers.
That's it.
A lot of people in for Miami. Yeah, that'd be great, man. So
not if the season's over, though.
So the fun fact: this is the first time in franchise history the Jets won a regular season game in the state of Pennsylvania. Is that true?
No way.
They've beaten the Steelers before, haven't they?
Yeah, they beat the Steelers in that
with
week.
The Jason Taylor game,
the Week 15 game with Brad Smith, right? Yeah,
the Jason Taylor with the safety.
Yeah,
they definitely don't beat the Eagles. I know that. But I know this was the first time a Jets quarterback caught a touchdown, right? Zach Wilson is the first guy to do that.
He was the first?
I think so. Yeah, because
Mike White was the two-point
conversion. Do you guys think Week 18 will have playoff implications for both teams? Way too early, man. We're at 2-2.
So, man.
I would love to, but I just want to beat the Dolphins right now. I can't even consider playoffs.
They come out of that game 3-2, man.
I want to know what we have to do to beat the Finns this next game. We
have a game plan for Waddle and Hill.
Yeah. And Zach just plays in the offense. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you so much for watching. We definitely appreciate that. Go through some more of these comments here. They never beat the Pittsburgh. They beat them once.
Yeah, they did.
Come on, Balls. What are we doing here?
Balls is young, though.
You go into the Bears Jets game at MetLife. It's possible that I would go. That'd be an ugly game, man. I feel bad for Justin Fields, man. The Bears are terrible.
Yep.
They are so bad.
They have nothing.
So bad. The backup to Teddy Bridgewater. I just saw it. They signed him today. He's on a practice squad. They're bringing him up.
Who is he?
I forget the name. But I mean,
Come on, man.
You want to know the practice squad quarterback on the Dolphins?
Yes.
Come on, man.
They're within our division. You should know that.
Shit.
Check
So
right
where is this now? We're talking. Where is this one? If the Jets beat the Dolphins, both will be 3-2, but the Jets will have the tiebreaker, putting us in second place in the division. We don't know how to handle success, man. We're already talking about tiebreakers.
Well, hold on.
Division.
And wait, if the Bills lose,
We're in
they
first
already
place.
lost to Miami, so they have a divisional loss. So wouldn't we be in first?
Yep.
Right.
Miami is going to try to go straight through the middle of the defense. I would agree with that. I'm being very cautious, but Miami in turmoil over Tua, all bets are off. Problem is, Teddy's a stronger arm to get the ball deep.
Are you
Yeah,
talking?
Bridgewater's pretty
Are you
accurate.
talking about Reed Sinnett?
Yes.
What do you know about him?
I mean, I have no idea, dude. I just thought they brought him up. How much you want me to know about this shit? I'm still happy that the
I want
freaking
the
Jets won
breakdown.
yesterday.
I want the breakdown.
You will have my breakdown on Friday when I do my preview. Because just like Salah, I was prepared for Pickett and Trubisky. I'm prepared for both these guys in my previews.
Real prepared for Pickett with 2 touchdowns. You were calling it the Kenny Pickett game.
It was, dude. At one point, it was. Because you think about it, we had a lead, we blew the lead, then we're down 10. I'm like, oh.
We were both miserable when they were down 10.
Yeah. What's his face? Matthew sent us the picture, both me and you. Just like this is what the team does to us, man. I can't help it. Oh, here's a good question. I love these kind of questions. Prime time. What happened to our Mets?
I was explaining it a little bit early. With all the struggles that DeGrom has been going through, I think it just made sense to take the wild card, have a chance to play 3 games before the playoffs really amp up. You get those 3 games at home, you get some energy back. I think they needed that.
Right. We'll go with that. Let's see what we got here. Do a couple more. Because what's the score of the game right now? Any score?
7-3 Niners.
Oof.
Wow.
Let's see. Man, my fantasy football team just slowed death. They're all getting hurt. Everybody's hurt. Let's see. If the Ravens didn't blow the game against both Miami and Buffalo, the division would be so fun right now. The Ravens, I mean, Harbaugh's getting some shit for that. That last Lamar Jackson interception.
Yep.
He's getting a lot of grief for that. Dan is all fired up. Different feeling of victory Monday. Yesterday was convincing. Against the Browns, I felt like I had 2 wishes left out of the lamp. Very true, man. And it's with Zach Wilson, Dan. That's the best part of this. Your young quarterback did that.
That's what makes it a lot more special.
Braves are losing. Prime time, you still have hope.
We're still in it. No, we're not.
Any other final thoughts on the game? Tomorrow night, we bring all the callers on. I'm sure Tyrone will be back then to create chaos. I can't believe you didn't send me Vincent's shotgun. I'm just so disappointed in you.
You have no idea what you're about to watch.
I had to hear secondhand news. You should be like right at the stream. You should have messaged me like, hey, man, great shotgun. I'll send it to you. Nothing.
Well, I figured you were busy. You couldn't make the show. You had your training going on.
I have to use my sources now to get the information on the show.
I'll clip this shit right now.
Uh-oh. Another complaint.
What's this?
Where's my betting videos?
Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad.
This is Angel, this is where you learn. This is what happens. Starts out strong, right with the betting videos.
God damn. All right, I promise. If I don't have one for next week, I'll do a shotgun in the parking lot.
Here you go. Tyson and Kevin, do you believe in Wilson yet? Get prime time.
I'm starting to. I think the 4th quarter showed what he can become. I think we've all known that he's got every physical tool that you could possibly need. Does he have it in between the ears? Can he play smart football? Can he make those short throws? Can he put touch on the ball, make the right decisions? I think we're still learning about that. So the first 3 quarters, I was like, dude, this does not look good. 4th quarter, though, showed what he can be. So we're still learning.
Yeah, but to come up big in the 4th quarter like that and rally your team, that's a really good step forward for him. Now he's got to add on to it, but he's got
if he can do what he did in the 4th quarter for 4 quarters every game, he's a franchise quarterback.
Yep, absolutely.
That's a stud top 10 quarterback if he does that consistently.
Yep. So. That wasn't the shotgun. It should be a BB gun. This must be a disaster.
You have no idea.
Oh, man. All right, we will wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining us. We will be at the game on Sunday in L somewhere. We will figure it out. And then tomorrow night we'll be live. Oh, wait, hold on. Another question. Kevin, how many more videos will you be doing during your lunch break?
I can make that like a daily thing, like lunch break with prime time, and I grab my lunch.
Go
10
for
minutes
it, dude.
live in the car. You guys have
Man,
questions?
I make all kinds of videos. I just crank them out. Just
That could be a daily thing or a weekly thing.
you could show us what you're also eating too.
It's usually not good. My options are limited for what's like walking distance from work, because I usually like take a quick walk, get out of the building. So I got like 7-Eleven, I got Tito's, not many options.
Tito's?
Tito's burritos? You never had
Oh, I
Tito's?
thought they meant vodka.
Yeah, quick Tito's and right back to work. Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. That's funny
Later.
shit. Look, you have